Hello everybody. Today I'm going to raise the anatomy question, does short hamstrings exist? So I'm constantly getting inquiries, particularly from sports people, drivers, telling me that their hamstrings are short and tight. But are they short and tight, or are they long and taut? And do we want to be looking at the hamstrings? So first of all, we are taught through traditional anatomy, and remember the words anatomy in Latin means to cut up, that your hamstrings originate around the ischial tuberosity here, and they go right way down and insert into the back of the condyles, and they sort of go over onto the tibia here. But when you do a dissection, guys, it actually is not like that at all. So, you know, your hamstrings is part of a big unit. So we think of the hamstrings connecting everything right from the legs right up to the rib cage, right up to the back of the neck. So are we 600 individual muscles, or are we with one big bag? So what I should have said before, when we say anatomy to cut up, it's only because somebody has isolated and just cut one hamstring. So it would be part of a big group of fascia. So when I've done dissection before, fibres of the hamstrings have actually been found up in the lower back. So for me, everything is one continuation or a spiral throughout the body. So if I want to be assessing my client for movement, I want to be looking at other areas of the body. So this is your typical assessment. So Ryan, I want you to touch your toes facing forwards, and I want you to touch the floor. Okay, so he's in sagittal plane, his toes are facing forwards, and as he reaches to go towards the floor, his hands can't quite reach. Is that his hamstrings? Bring yourself up and sit yourself down, stretch your legs to go forwards, and we're going to do the sit and reach test now. So reach towards your toes, Ryan, and he can't get quite there. Now if he bends his knees, so bend your knees to Ryan, yes, he can get there, but is it just his hamstrings? And relax. So when we want to look a little bit deeper, and I think we're missing something by not looking at bones. So again, muscles, fascia, tissues, bones are just one piece of the puzzle, and we're just touching on that today. So I'm going to show you something else interesting about Ryan. Can you bend your legs into the frog, Ryan, soles of the feet together? That's it, good. Cross your legs to go over. Okay, so I know from Ryan, when he has to work sideways, now sideways is frontal plane, he's got incredible movement, but when he does anything in sagittal plane, when I take him through all the exercises, he struggles with that linear plane. So it's telling me a little bit about his bone from the way I've seen him move. So I'm just guessing, because I haven't seen an x-ray, but I've seen this with other clients, that his femur head is slightly laterally rotated out because he's fantastic at going sideways, but when he actually comes to go forwards, he's hitting bone on bone, preventing him to get forwards. Now forget the bones, forget the hamstrings, wherever they start, wherever they finish, let's see how we can build mobility. So first of all, Ryan, I'm going to show everybody a traditional exercise. So if you come and lie flat on your back, head that way, and feet onto here. That's it, good. I'm going to put legs in straps, and I'm just putting on one red, one blue. So I want you to grab both straps and take your legs up to the ceiling. That's it, and take your other strap out. That's it, good. And lift and lower is a nice dynamic movement. That's it, feet and knees tight together, legs up to the, that's it there, and arms down by your sides. So you're going to drop to go down, that's it, and just hinge to go up, and let that little pelvis rock. That's it, just go up and lower. So he's doing well, he's a lot better than the average Joe, but I would still say there's restriction. Now, the great thing about dynamic movement, when we are dynamic moving, you are not sedating the whole central nervous system or sedating the musculoskeletal system. So if our traditional way of stretching the hamstrings is just to hold it here, yes, you do feel a pull on the hamstrings, but remember, static stretching sedates the central nervous system. So if you actually want to get more mobility in anything you do, you want to go into the lower left. So with me, and the way I teach, if I want to work more mobility, this is not particularly the best exercise to start off with. I wouldn't do this one. Bend your knees in, Ryan. Take those straps back out and pop them onto there. That's it, behind you. That's it, good. Feet on the foot bar, that's it, good. And if you bring yourself off that side, I would actually start him on a lunge, because a lunge movement is going to be more dynamic. So if you go on that side, Ryan, I'll go on this side and we'll both do it together. Take one leg right the way forwards, that's it, bring it back a bit till your back foot is on against the shoulder rest. Now, hands interlaced behind the head, elbows slightly angled forward. We're going to drop to go down, down, down as we push with the back heel as you slowly come up. Now, what's happening, guys, as we do this movement, the femur is rolling in the acetabulum. I'm working the full chain because I'm standing on my feet. So by standing on the feet, I'm getting more initiation of the spiral through the supporting leg. So I'm thinking more of a fascia and bone rather than muscle, origin insertion. One more by side. That's it. Down, 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 down. Push the back leg out and slowly come up. So that's my thoughts for today. Are the hamstrings really short and tight? Are they long and taut? Is it bone? Is it something else? Remember, whenever we have a problem, there are many contributions, and I just want you to think outside the box on how you treat a client if they come with suspected or what they've been told is short hamstrings. Enjoy.